The Lord's plan for our lives is infinitely greater and more beautiful than anything that we could ever plan for ourselves or could plan for another. I first heard the voice of God when I was 9 years old. I felt very drawn to give myself totally to the Sacred Heart of Jesus. What helped me to discern that it was really the Lord calling, and that gave me the conviction that this is what He wanted, was first of all the deep peace, and also that He kept asking. It always kept coming back to me. At first, when I was discerning, I sort of had all the attention focused on me. How am I going to respond? What do I have to do? I had a deep fear of commitment initially. I felt, Lord, what if I can't do this? What if this isn't really what you want? What if I make a mistake? And I felt like I just needed to step out in faith, that if I just gave myself to the Lord and surrendered to Him, that He was going to guide me on the right path. The more time I spent with Jesus in the Blessed Sacrament, the more time I prayed to Our Lady, spent time with Scripture, just focused on the Lord, I realized the Lord is so much greater than our hearts. And that gave me the peace to surrender that He was in charge of my life, that all He wanted me to do was to step out in faith, to embrace Him with that trust. It's best to talk to a priest as soon as possible, as soon as you start feeling these things. It's good to strike while the iron's hot. So if you have a priest that you know, that you can trust, even if it's not going to be a spiritual director, but just someone who can give you advice, that you can bounce ideas off of, that you can reveal your fears to someone that's not going to, put you down or make you feel, that you're inadequate, but that will guide you, sincerely to the Lord, is seeking to guide you. Our God is so much greater than our hearts. And, He's going to give you that peace when we follow the call that God, and we follow that vocation that God has called us to. That is what's going to give us happiness.